Every word Mikel Arteta said after Arsenal's dramatic draw with Manchester City. After a hard-fought 1-1 draw with Manchester City in the Premier League, Mikel Arteta addressed the media to share his thoughts on the game, including Gabriel Martinelli's late equaliser, his midfield selections, and the performance of players like Victor Gyökeres and Eberechi. On the performance and overall feeling, I'm extremely proud of the players and the team as a whole. That's my main takeaway. Of course, there's disappointment with the result, but the way we played, how we dominated key moments against a top side like City, I can't ask for much more. On comparisons to last season's Etihad clash, I wouldn't compare the two directly. In that game, we played with 10 men for 54 minutes. This was different. But I'm proud that we played our game with full intensity, 11 against 11, and showed we could control large stretches of the match. On half-time changes and the initial starting lineup, it's not easy to say we got anything wrong. I think it was clear what we intended to do. We started well and were in control until they scored, really out of nothing. We lost our footing briefly but regained control. The changes were made to adjust to how the game was flowing, not because the plan wasn't working. On whether his initial selection was too conservative, that's up for interpretation. Personally, I saw plenty of attacking talent out there, players capable of breaking lines, creating chances, and making things happen. On Pep Guardiola's more cautious setup, everyone does what they believe will get them the result. That's football. It's not about surprising or not surprising, it's about adapting. On Noni Maduke's early substitution, he felt something quite early in the game and wasn't able to continue. It wasn't tactical, it was purely physical. On E's role and central positioning. Yes, playing him more centrally is something we've been looking at. Today he operated slightly off to the right, but we know what he can do when he's closer to the middle. He brings creativity and unpredictability. That's exactly why we signed him. On Dominic Donnarumma's contribution in set pieces, he's becoming a real presence. His timing in aerial duels, especially in and around the 6-yard box, is outstanding. Today, again, he made key contributions that helped us stay in the game. On bringing on Gabriel Martinelli and his impact, we definitely considered putting him in earlier. But the team was doing well at the time, and we had to manage the game carefully. After what he showed in Bilbao and again tonight, it's clear he's in a strong moment. His energy and attitude were spot on. That's why he made such a decisive impact again. On Martinelli's mindset after being left out of the starting 11. What we want is consistency, that whether you start or come off the bench, the contribution is the same. He's showing that. The level of intensity needed to make a difference in a game like this is massive, and he delivered. On the midfield trio and the reasoning behind starting them. I chose them because I believed they were the right players to start the game. That's it. No one questioned it when we played the same midfield in Bilbao, so I find it interesting when that changes based on the result. On Victor Gyökeres' limited chances. He didn't get many clear chances, but there were 3 or 4 very good balls into the box where he was just inches away. It's not easy to create big openings against a team like City, but is putting himself in the right areas. We need to provide better service and make sure he gets the opportunities he needs. On whether something needs to change tactically to create more for Gyökeres. Sometimes it's about that final ball, and we missed that today. The space was there, and in several moments, we were in great positions but didn't execute the last action with enough precision. On E's best long-term position. We see him as a versatile player who can operate across the final third. Today he played more centrally, slightly off the right, and he gave us exactly what we hoped, a creative spark and a crucial assist. Whether it's from the left, centrally, or in a deeper role, he gives us options. On having more bench depth than last season. That's a big difference from last year. Yes. But with more options comes more responsibility. You have to pick the right one at the right time. It's not just about quality. It's about chemistry, matchups, emotional state, rhythm, and understanding how each player affects those around them. That's where experience comes in, and where I trust my instincts. Repercussions and reactions after the draw. The 1-1 draw against Manchester City sparked a lot of discussion both inside Arsenal and across the league. Here's a look at what followed and what it might mean going forward. Standings and title race impact. With this result, Arsenal sit 5 points behind Liverpool after 5 matches. While the late equaliser prevented a loss, it also meant a missed chance to close the gap on one of their main rivals. Meanwhile, Manchester City find themselves further off the pace than usual at this stage of the season, adding pressure on Guardiola's side to find consistency. Tactical analysis and player performances. Arsenal improved noticeably after half-time, particularly with the introduction of irritation, who assisted the equalising goal by Martinelli. New signing Victor Gyökeres struggled to make an impact, failing to get a shot on goal. Arteta acknowledged that the team needed to provide him with better service. Fan and media reaction. Reactions among fans and analysts have been mixed. Some praised Arsenal's resilience and the way they controlled parts of the game, while others questioned the initial lineup and tactical choices, especially regarding the midfield setup and the timing of substitutions. There's also been debate over whether Arsenal's approach was overly cautious at times, especially in the closing stages. Arteta's perspective and challenges ahead. Arteta defended his team selection and game plan but admitted the team must improve on finishing chances and closing out games. The pressure is increasing for Arsenal to convert performances into wins, especially against teams that defend deeply or play on the counter-attack. Tactical flexibility and sharper attacking play will be essential. Manchester City's response. Pep Guardiola praised his team's defensive effort despite being under pressure for much of the match. City's possession was notably low for them, indicating a more defensive approach or a shift in their usual control of the game. What's next for Arsenal? While the team can draw confidence from avoiding defeat and showing determination, they must learn from this performance. Improving efficiency in front of goal and making better tactical decisions will be key. Upcoming matches will be crucial if Arsenal want to keep pace in the title race. Any dropped points could increase the gap to Liverpool. Beyond tactics, mental strength and belief in Arteta's system will be important as the season progresses. Declan Rice praises Gabriel Martinelli's grit after heroic rescue against Man City. In a thrilling Premier League clash on Sunday, Gabriel Martinelli once again proved to be Arsenal's secret weapon, coming off the bench to salvage a crucial point against Manchester City. His impact did not go unnoticed, especially by teammate Declan Rice, who spoke highly of Martinelli's mindset and resilience after the match. The game started tense for the Gunners, as they struggled to break through Pep Guardiola's stubborn defense. It seemed like defeat was looming after Erling Haaland put City ahead just 9 minutes in, capitalizing on a swift counter-attack. Despite some key saves from goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, Arsenal's hopes rested on moments of magic, and Martinelli delivered just that. Eberechi's perfectly timed long ball split the defense, giving Martinelli the chance he needed. With calm precision, the Brazilian lifted the ball over Donnarumma to equalize. It was his second goal in 6 days, following a lightning-fast strike against Athletic Club just 3 days earlier. After the final whistle, Martinelli and Rice shared their thoughts with Sky Sports. When asked about the value of players making a difference off the bench, Rice didn't hesitate to praise Martinelli's attitude. "Impressive," Rice said. "Since I joined the club, he's given me so many incredible moments. Some players might get frustrated or moody when they're on the bench, but not him. He shows heart and real hunger." Rice continued, highlighting Martinelli's relentless work ethic. "His runs and finishing are unbelievable. He absolutely deserved that moment. You couldn't ask for a better guy. He came on and created something magical." Rice himself played a vital role in midfield, helping the team claw back into the game. He also acknowledged the frustration felt by everyone at the Emirates Stadium as Arsenal struggled to convert possession into goals. "I could feel the frustration from the crowd because we had so much control over the ball," Rice added. "We knew we had to keep the pressure up in the second half, and the message was clear: keep pushing." With Martinelli's spark and Rice's composure, Arsenal showed the character needed to keep their title hopes alive, turning adversity into opportunity in a high-stakes match. This late equaliser not only salvaged a valuable point for Arsenal but also sent a strong message about the team's resilience under pressure, especially against one of the league's most dominant sides. Martinelli's ability to step up when it matters most highlights the depth Arsenal possesses, a crucial factor as the season progresses and fatigue and injuries inevitably come into play. For Martinelli, these impactful performances off the bench are increasingly shaping his role within the squad. While he may not always start, his influence is undeniable, showing that Arsenal's bench can be just as dangerous as their starting 11. This adaptability and willingness to embrace his role speaks volumes about his maturity and commitment to the team's collective goals. Declan Rice's comments also shed light on the positive culture within the squad. In an era where frustration often mounts for players on the sidelines, Martinelli's attitude stands out as a blueprint for professionalism and team spirit. Rice himself has been pivotal in Arsenal's midfield, and his partnership with younger players like Martinelli and Ease could prove vital in sustaining Arsenal's challenge across multiple competitions. On the broader scale, this result keeps Arsenal within touching distance of the Premier League leaders, maintaining pressure on Liverpool and Manchester City. While the Gunners still trail by 5 points, the narrow margin underscores the competitive nature of the title race this season and sets up an intriguing battle for the coming months. From a tactical standpoint, manager Mikel Arteta will likely take confidence from his team's ability to respond and adapt, especially through the contributions of versatile players coming off the bench. How Arteta manages squad rotation and maintains this hunger in all players could define Arsenal's chances this season. Moreover, Martinelli's rising profile puts him in the spotlight not just domestically but on the European stage as well. Consistent match-winning performances like these attract attention from the wider football world and raise expectations on the young Brazilian to continue delivering at the highest level. As Arsenal look ahead, this game may well be remembered as a turning point, a moment where determination and depth helped them hold their own against a footballing powerhouse. For Martinelli and Rice alike, it's a reminder of the collective effort required to compete for titles and the individual moments of brilliance that can change the course of a season.